Hello, and thank you for making the time to join us today. Today, I'm just going to do a very short video on understanding your tax bill. I work with personal tax accountant as a tax consultant. So I will be sharing my screen with you as always. And just bear with me. Let me share my screen with you. As I said, today the topic is understanding your tax bill. Okay, so deadline for paying your self-assessment tax bill is by midnight of 31st of the year preceding the tax year. For example, for tax year 2019-20, the deadline for paying your tax bill is by midnight of 31st of January 2021. Remember, tax year for 2019-20 runs from 6th of April 2019 to 5th of April 2020. Now, having said that, I want to discuss some payment on account with you. Just bear with me. Yeah, so that's that. We've gone through the tax, the deadline, which is normally 31st of January 2021. That is for the year ending for the tax year 2019-20. That's for the deadline. But I want to discuss payment on account with you. Okay, so when we say payment on account, what do we mean by payment on account? It's simply that you pay payment on account are advance payments towards your tax bill. And it includes Class 4 national insurance, especially if you are self-employed. I'll do a tax block on Class 4 national insurance in a later video. But today we just want to look at your tax bill. And the topic now is on payment on account. If your tax bill for the tax year is more than £1,000, then you are required to make advance payments for the following tax year. Each payment is half your previous tax year bill. So payments are usually due by midnight on 31st of January, and then in 6 months later, that is midnight on 31st of July, if you are paying your tax and you are on payment on account. However, because of coronavirus, for the deadline payment for midnight of 31st of July 2021, if you miss that deadline, you will not incur any penalty, but you have to make sure that you pay the bill, or the bill by midnight of 31st of January 2021. So I'm going to share how go through an example with you. So let's just have a look at the screen, and I will share an example with you. I'm going to share a quick example with you on my screen. Let me share. We're going to go through an example of how payment on account works. Okay. So what I wanted to share with you, let me just, if you can see my screen. So let's see, let's say for the tax year 2019-20, your tax liability was £3,000, and because it's more than £1,000, you will be required to make payment on account. So for the deadline for midnight of 31st of January 2021, you'll be required to pay £3,000 tax liability plus 50% of the £3,000, which will give you 4,800. And The other 50% of the 3,000 will be due by 31st of July, 2021. Yeah, I do realize that this has been a quick discussion, but like I said, you can always get in touch if you need any more questions. Yeah, and what you should note is that if, let's say, in the following tax year, that is 2020-21, your tax bill, for instance, in this discussion, it was 3,000, but then in 2020-21, your tax bill is less than the 3,000. Then, because you paid more, you might be due a tax refund from HMRC. Like I said, you can always contact me for more explanation. So once again, thank you for joining us today. Stay safe and see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.